How's it going, everyone? We're here to take a look at my top skin picks for this week. These are the skins that I think were the best in the workshop from this past week, and the ones I'm recommending to be selected to be accepted on Thursday. Now, obviously we've got like 50 skins here, and only 8 or so usually make it. That is all up to Helk. Has nothing to do with me. Other than the fact that I just tossed the list his direction. So yeah, a lot of questions on that, so I just wanted to kind of like mention that at the beginning of the video. So let's go ahead and get into it. We've got a couple of good sets for you here, starting with a persistence set from Shedmon. I'm not exactly what persistence means or what this is supposed to be themed after. It looks like a stunt suit made out of windbreaker material, whatever material that is. What is that? Is that polyester? I guess. I'm not entirely sure on this one, but I mean it's really cool quality, and it's definitely unique looking. So I definitely wanted to show it. Definitely not one that's straight up in my book is something I would purchase, but I think there's people out there who would really like this one. Next up, we've got the most ridiculous one this week. It's Milo's golden suit, and I never knew how much I needed a glowing, ridiculous suit in Rust. This just looks ridiculous. No matter how the light hits it, it just starts glistening, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I absolutely love this. I would pick this thing up in a second, just for to run around in it and like play the trumpet or something. I don't know. It just seems like one of those great things. Next, we've got something a little more retro. We've got palm trees and Miami look going on here, and that's probably because of our whole summer-themed DLC that we just got. I think this is absolutely awesome. I also like the kind of like heart or whatever's going on with the butts over here. I think that's pretty funny, and it's definitely a very cool set. Very bright and different, but yeah, I like that this kind of almost looks like a Speedo in the front too. There's just like a lot of details to it that just make this retro set really cool. Next, we've got the Gilded set from Trix, and it's pretty much a very dark black looking hoodie and pants with some like gray highlights and so forth. We've got zippers and pouches, and then you've got like this little gold trim, and then you've got this whole golden design on the one arm, which goes along with it. It's definitely something that looks really different, and it adds a little brightness to something that would be a very dark colored hoodie set. So I think this is something that would appeal to a lot of people. Next up, we've got a continuation in Vay's Raptor set, and this thing's a little too bright for my personal taste, but there's definitely some people out there that would like it. It has a very kind of like sporty, almost paintball gear look to it, and the back of it, of course, is the best part, where it has the actual Raptor on the back of the hoodie. Unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that gets covered by a chest piece, which sucks. Maybe some Raptor eyes or teeth or something on the hoodie would have been kind of cool. I don't know, or maybe even a logo on a shoulder or something you could have seen. I'm not entirely sure on that, but definitely a cool looking set for sure. And finally, for clothing and armor, we have one armor set for you this week. It is the One Shot HQ set. So you can see it says One Shot on the front. Looks like we got like a tire piece down there, and we've got some neon green straps. One Shot on the back here. Tire continues around. If you look at the top here, it looks like we've got some more tire rubber cut into the top to protect the head there, and around kind of like the face mask as well. It's definitely a very different looking face mask, and yeah, I kind of dig that. It looks very cool, and this set's been doing pretty well. It's you know, not the easiest to hide in, but I think this is something you put on when you're about to raid anyways, so definitely a cool set. Next, we've got some deployables for you, starting with the Wealthy Hemp Farmers box. It's a continuation in that nice set, and it's a very beautiful box. Now, I wish it had the hemp logo on the side of it here, because that's the side of the box that we see the most. I think a lot of people forget that. A lot of the skin creators actually haven't played Rust for a really long time, and there's even some that have barely even played it at all. So I think sometimes that's one of the things that kind of factors into it. But yeah, just kind of a thing, guys. For any skin creators out there or future ones, this is the side of the box we see the most. So if you want to do like a logo or something to identify the box, this is definitely where we need it. I mean, sometimes you'll see the side, but the top of the box is rarely ever seen with the way loot rooms work. So I've noticed a lot of detail really goes into the tops of boxes, and we almost never see that. So keep that in mind when making stuff. See right here, it's very simple, but we've got the recycle symbol on the side, and we know exactly what this box is for. So speaking with this one, we've got a nice little recycle box. It's made to look like the actual recycler itself. It's got like the little switch and everything, and says reprocessing on it. I think it's altogether a neat little box. I definitely love the design to it, and would love to have this as a little recycling box myself. Moving on, we've got a furnace for you. We'll go ahead and turn it on. This is more of a cute little furnace for you this week. It is the village furnace, and you can see we've got little sunflowers, a nice little fence going around. Definitely a cute little furnace. Up here it looks like, is that like maybe a hatch or something? Looks like that might open like an exhaust or something, an extra exhaust. I'm not entirely sure, but definitely has this nice little unique details to it. Then we've got a door and a garage door for you. This door I was a little bit on the fence of. It's the transplantation lab door, and I like the lab door look of it, but there's something kind of missing from it. I'm not entirely sure. Is it because there's not like a proper trim on the door? I don't know, but you guys sound off down in the comments, see if you can pick up what I mean. And then lastly over here we've got a garage door for a car wash. That's right. So, you know, totally believe it, guys. It's a car wash. That they definitely are not going to rob you and take your car once you drive in. But this is perfect. It's great for a little bit of RP or just to mark your car garage. It has a nice little retro look, and of course the car itself is one of Rust's, so that looks quite neat. Alright guys, so mostly this week is going to be items like tools and weapons, so let's go ahead and jump straight into that. From Call Me, we've got an ice rock, and it looks like the ice lakes. So it's directly designed after that. I think it's really nice, and it fits in quite well. Moving on, we've got another really creative looking rock. I love the look of this one. It is the Turquosium rock by Jin, and despite the really crazy name, I just love the swirls in it. It has this very kind of like corroded copper look to it. Very cool. Next, we got a couple of hammers for you, starting with the Rust Cam Hammer. I really like the idea of this one. It's very cool, and I think it's a very neat thing, so there you have it. Then we have one we missed last week, and it is the Ham Hammer. Cobalt food, it has a wild boar on there, wild boar ham. I just love the look of it. I think Mishka did a really creative job on this guy. It's even got a little chunk taken out of it there, which I think is funny. Somebody be nibbling on the ham. Next, we've got two different hammers for you. I decided to show this one because, I don't know, it just called out to me a little more. But this is the Orient hammer. There's both a white and this kind of like tigery print one. I really like the tigery print one. And if you want to check out the white version, it is down in the description in the link. So you can click on it right there. Next, we've got a tool set for you, and look, it has a little sad face. This is the two-faced stone hatchet and pickaxe. So he's so sad, but then there's all these little smileys and everything. And on that side, he's yellow and happy. So blue and sad, yellow and happy. You gotta love the little, bit to it. And, I guess it's on the next piece here. So we'll just go ahead and pull it right out right now. And there is the pickaxe. Again, sad, happy, very cute. Moving on to our next batch, we've got a couple of new tools for you. We've got this beautiful hatchet and pickaxe from 11-It. This is the Inca set. You can see there's even some blood on there. What has this been up to? Then we'll go ahead and pull out the pickaxe. Boom. There you go. Looks like there might be something a little weird with the... Oh, no, I think that was just the angle of the sun. Yeah, there we go. Then we've got something completely on the other spectrum. We've got the pony set. Was this the rainbow pony? I forgot what it's called. Yeah, rainbow pony, hatchet, and pickaxe. So there's the hatchet, and there's the pickaxe. Hand kind of covers the pony, which or unicorn, I should say, which is a little sad. Just a little sad. Moving on, we've got a sword for you, and this one has the gigantic wrench still inside of it with like welded blades onto the side of it. I think that's a really creative way of doing it. And yeah, it's a very unique sword. It's simple, but it also has a lot of cool detail to it, and I think that's what makes this one unique. Then we've got a crossbow for you. It is a continuation in the Monument Memories set from Kosum. And as you can see, everything you like about it is right there. We got cargo and dome, and we've got the lighthouse and a water tower and a little recycler. Aiming down the sights here, you can see there's not really a whole lot going on with it. It's just got a nice little blue simple color. Everything is kind of the details on the side. Next up, we've got another crossbow for you. This one has more of like a little camo feel to it. It's got that like navy camo going on. It's the military crossbow by Jessen. And yeah, you can see it just kind of has that navy camo. It has kind of like a clean, more plasticky kind of look to it. Definitely different for a crossbow for sure. Very cool looking. Then we've got an Ioka for you. This one's designed to look like a lit torch. So to really see it, we're going to go ahead and just cut it to night right now. And boom, there you go. Ioka that looks like a lit torch. I love it. There's also a non-glowing version of it, but that kind of just takes away the whole purpose of it. Next, we've got a couple SARs for you, starting with the return of the Doodle set. Hey, there we go. So it looks like the Doodle set has popped on. Aiming down the sight, you've got some red little markers to help you focus. They do not glow, for those who are going to ask. And you've got this crazy angry little monster right there. And then on the side, we've got all sorts of little drawings. It looks like there's a car on that side. And then we've got some kind of like Squidward going on over here. Handsome Squidward. Definitely a fun little SAR, for sure. Next, we've got a continuation in another set. This is the Base Breaker set, known for its bright pink and 8-bit art. As you can see, we've got all sorts of little 8-bit art going on there. There's a Chinook being shot at, and the attack helicopter, so definitely a cool little SAR for sure. Next, we've got a couple SMGs for you, starting with the No Mercy SMG. This thing is clean and cut, and it's got a skull aiming down the sight, as you would expect. It's got that beautiful white wing on the side, and the nice padded black mesh, and everything you would expect from the set. Clean, cut, and very, very fancy. Then we've got the Cobalt SMG for you. This is themed after, of course, the Cobalt rockets at the launch site. It's very well done. I think Fi did a nice job. Aiming down the sight here, you've got the Cobalt rocket logo. It looks like it's moved a little lower down. I don't know. I feel like the rocket was a slightly more centered usually. Definitely a nice little rust-themed skin design. Then we've got an MP5 for you. It's been a while since we've seen one. This one looks more like it's hand-painted. It's got some racing flags, some purple flames going on. Aiming down the sights, it's pretty rusty, but you've got that same kind of like spray-painted color going on. It's definitely a nice little MP5, and you can see a lot of people liking this one. It's rusty in the sense of how it looks, and literally, it's rusty. Next, we've got a few AKs for you, starting with this one right here. This is the Puncher AK. It's a remaster from Retro, and it's got Punisher written on the side there. It kind of has like a stained wood look on the grip, and then the rest of it's kind of got this nice red look to it. Definitely very cool. For sure. Oop. Moving on, we've got another AK, completely different in the other direction. This one is the Solomon's Treasure AK. So aiming down the sights here, you've got like a little skull going on, then we've got kind of like a Medusa and a bunch of gold trim and everything. Definitely a neat looking AK. Love this, just kind of like the, I don't know, the black mixed with the gray kind of like score marking. It gives it a nice unique pattern that really goes well with it. Then we've got this AK right here, which I love this actual like sound pulse on it. And of course, to go along with that, it's called the Pulse AR, and it makes sense. So we've got the little heart with the pulse going through it, and yeah, this thing is just absolutely cool. It's altogether kind of just like a simple AK, but I really just like the pulse design. All right, we got one more AK for you, and this is the, let's see, what is it called? The Sticker Madness AK by Andy. Aiming down the sides, you've got this little kind of, drawn on skull, and then you'll see you got this guy down here, bang bang, and a bunch of other kind of like stickers going on. Definitely, one of those things that's either for you or not. It's a little bit of a shame the AK itself wasn't designed to look cooler. It's basically just the normal AK. But the stickers and stuff are definitely kind of cool. Then we've got an LR for you. This is a continuation in the awesome Snow Camel, or the Snow Warrior set by Teddy. Aiming down the sides here, you've got a red painted sight. Again, it does not glow. As you can see, it turns darker as we hit the darker areas. Definitely a nice Snow Camo LR. I can see this one selling quite well. Then we've got a rocket launcher for you guys, and again, it's with the summer theme. You can see there's all sorts of crazy little fish right there. It says water ammo on the side. Altogether, it's just designed to go along with that summer theme. It is the Water World rocket launcher by Sensei. Definitely a cool rocket launcher. Then we've got a satchel for you. It is the Bang satchel. Now, the bang might look a little too much like the Lay's symbol, so that might have to be changed. But it was just so hilarious. I really love this idea that looks like a bag of Lay's potato chips. We'll just have to see how Hulk feels about that. If it's a little too close for copyright, maybe. But it's definitely a great parody, and I love it for that fact. Then, lastly, we've got another satchel for you, and it is a continuation in Vlex Cargo Heli set. There's two versions. One you can see through, which I didn't like that one too much, and I don't know if Hulk would care for it either. This, I think, looks a lot better with a crate in it. We've got our little heavy guy hanging out, and it's definitely very cool. Of course, the green part does glow, so we can go ahead and show that really quick. There we go. Just says loot, just like you would expect. So that's going to do it, guys. Which of these are you going to pick up if they come in, and which ones do you want to see make it the most? Sound off down in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out the actual skins down in the description. There's always a link. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Or, well, at the end of the week, sorry, when skins make it in.